We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from Miami. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Here's A-Chain to begin the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that is incomplete. The Dolphins at 8-8 now on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. You look at this Buffalo defense. Right now, they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that will be incomplete as well.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And this returnable for Hines. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now Allen. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. To the air, Allen. Now he's free to midfield. Room to maneuver at the 35. He's to the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 75. And the Bills are on the board first here this afternoon. And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Ed Oliver breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Throw left side to Higgins. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
This now a 3rd and 4. Looking to pass. Tua. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. On play action, Allen going deep for Diggs. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way touchdown. Stephon Diggs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. H.A. now up the middle. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. You look at this Buffalo defense. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for them.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. They run it again with Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Diggs in motion right. Allen gonna throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. Down the right sideline.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that. But I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Tua going to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Elijah Higgins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make our score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And now they'll throw with Allen. This is caught. Touchdown, Bills. A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Solo left side.
A-chain here. They stay on the ground. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
20 TX.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. In motion, Hill. Tua now on 1st down. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. In motion left, Hill. Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. And that's going to be incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific
stuff on Diggs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Allen now on 1st down. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Ready.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Room past the 35 and all the way up to the 37-yard line. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now Tua. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Tua. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Ready.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Hines now on the return. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. With a fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this 3rd quarter at their own 25. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, these 2 teams met earlier in the year in Buffalo with the Bills winning that ball game. So they're looking for the season sweep with a win here in Miami. On 2nd down, here's Allen. Got a man, that's shorter. And some room to work. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Cook up the gut. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Now Allen. Open man, complete downfield to Davis. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On play action, Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they were very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. I think you would agree. Just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play, gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Saw the rush was coming, hung in there, took the hit, dumped it out to the outside, and now they pick up some yardage, and you have a back that's grateful to you and will continue to.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tyler Bass now for the point after. It's up and good, and they're in control now, 35-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And they can't bring him down. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for. Get out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. 3rd and long, Thompson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Bills have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Thompson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now Thompson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken right around the 44. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Bradley Chubb there on the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Allen off the play fake. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cam Smith. A little juke, and he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. A-Chain on 1st and 10. Taking it right down Broadway. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. pick made by Terrell Bernard. And the Bills are going to get the football here at their own 23. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Alert!
Here's Allen to throw it. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. In a friendly bounce there, they will get excellent field position to start as this kicks out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. In motion, Hill. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. And with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. 2nd down and 4. Here's Cook again. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 78 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis, 29 yards. And the Bills extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
From the gun, it's Thompson. His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense so far on third down, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Thompson going to throw it. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Thompson, desperation time. That one complete to Hill. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
2nd and 10. Thompson now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
There he goes left side. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 116 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. And I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Again, it's Cook. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep